looking after a number of offices. My God, I think you're probably the first person on the show with the biggest role, actually, in terms of how many people you were looking after. So if I've got people that are listening to the show at the moment that are an emerging leader that are looking to build up a team from scratch and are looking to build a really high performing team and looking to move into management, what kind of advice would you give them?
For me, I think it could come down to a couple of things. First of all, in terms of the situation, is it a case that the individual's pushing for it, or is it a case that's being requested of them by sort of senior management? Because if it's the individual that's pushing it, I mean, ultimately, so why? Why are you wanting to do it? You know, is it because it's the title? Is it because you build well and you want the recognition, the promotion? Because quite frankly, there are lots of other ways to be rewarded. So if your reasons are mainly selfish, there's a high chance you're not going to, build a high-performing team, because ultimately, when you're managing a team, it's more than just looking after number one. It's very much the team's got to come first. And managing a group of people is not easy, in any walk of life. But managing a group of effective salespeople is even harder. Different people have got different goals, ambitions, personalities. So I think you've got to really look at your strengths and weaknesses, and look at hiring team members that are going to address those weaknesses and be very honest with yourself, and then complement your strengths. You've also got to be prepared to make sacrifices that could be financial in the short term as you build that team. Because ultimately it's going to affect your personal billings and your personal time, and you're going to be juggling new responsibilities with your day job, and also the additional stress that's going to carry in terms of having a team target now rather than an individual one. I think unfortunately in recruitment, the best billers are not always the best managers. They're high billers because they have very high expectations of themselves. They know exactly what they're doing. They know their market. But recruitment firms want to obviously retain those individuals and put them in positions of management in order to retain them. And that, that's a balance. So I think if ultimately the decision is coming from above and you're being requested to move into management, then I think it's very important to have a very honest conversation both ways in terms of what are the expectations. What are you looking for me to do in this particular role? What are the timelines that I have to deliver on those expectations? What support am I going to get? And ultimately, what are the potential consequences of me not delivering on that?